talk about some of today's plays as well as a strategy that I've been seeing working really well lately. Okay? All right, let's get into it. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for January 28th, 2020. Q's up 1.5%, SPY up 1%. Now, heading into tomorrow, bias is still going to be neutral. What I would like to see is us move down. Maybe we get a gap down if Apple gaps down. And then if we are able to rally from there, that's going to give us a bullish bias. Now, what I would like to see is us get it back over today's high after that sell-off, and then we will be back to a bullish bias, back to bullish in the short term. As far as the long term, we've stayed bullish here because we're still waiting to see if this trend wants to break. We did get the trend break here. That is where we went bearish. We got a gap down. Gap down got to support. We went neutral yesterday coming into today. Today had a pretty nice healthy rally from the market. And I think that what will be in focus going into tomorrow will be the Apple earnings report. I know a lot of people are interested to see what happens there. Okay, so I don't have any kind of bias as far as expectation for the Apple earnings. Okay, so neutral on the market here. I think that is going to be pretty important here for tomorrow. Okay, so still neutral going into tomorrow. All right, on the Qs and SPY. So kind of in that regard, we'll kind of have to wait and see. Okay, today, only call for me here was the BRO. We got a little bit of a breakout. We did get new highs here in the afternoon. Didn't really get enough, so I did just decide to kill it early. Small loss on the BRO here. Looks like it wouldn't have worked anyway, but I like that breakout. I did mention in the call pretty aggressive, right? And that it was already up a lot. So, you know, bars can always get bigger generally, but it was up, yeah, good amount already, especially on the intraday. But I wanted to be a part of it. If it was going to make one more move, I did want to be a part of it, but it was a good early kill, it turns out. Okay, so that was the only call. If you took Sammy's calls, very nice on the YUMC here in the afternoon. Very, very nice move. Had a nice short on the BWA in the morning as well. So, yeah, so overall, you know, those calls worked out a lot better. Bro, just a small, like half an hour loss on the BRO. I knew I was going to keep it on a short leash just because it's pretty aggressive. So I think killing it early turned out fine. But what I've been seeing come back, which I actually haven't played yet this year, but of course, if you see this, hard not to want to play, and that is the gap bully. Now, I've made multiple videos on this, on what to look for and what we want to see with them, okay? And I'll go over them again here, okay, so you can know what to look for, all right? I want to see on the gap down it break some support. Now, this could have been better about it on the NG. Like, look at where MMSI gap down to. Look at where the ARNC gap down to, right? I want it to break at least the previous day's bar, but if it breaks some other significant support, it's good too. And then I want to see it rally the other way and break resistance, okay? We'll rally the other way as fast as possible. Usually in the first 5 minutes, it's already done so. Okay, and that was the case for the ARNC and the NG, all right, from Friday, NG on Friday. Okay, I want to see it rally and then break resistance. What I also want to see is it be resuming or in the direction of the trend on the weekly. Okay, NG, nice uptrend. Of course, a lot of things are. MMSI has been moving up on the weekly. ARNC has been moving up on the weekly. Okay. 20 MA is a good little shortcut. Just real quick, see if 20 MA is pointing up, right? And that'll give you a good indication there. Okay. And then what I want to see is that it's going from one side of the 20 MA to the other, because I don't want it to be far and away extended or us dealing with some kind of novice move. Look at how MMSI gaps down below the 20 and then goes back the other way. ARNC gap down from one side of the 20 and then recovers, breaks through to the other side. NG just about gaps down to the 20, able to go back the other way. Didn't kind of broke it, kind of basically gapped right to it. Okay, so that's what I want to see. Once you get that, you're just using one of our typical entries, right? Could be a buy setup, could be a base breakout, right? And so, or a combination of, which this is a pullback and then a base, and then you're playing it as it breaks out, stop underneath the base. Okay, so stuff that I saw today that is a little bit harder, doesn't quite fit the criteria. For instance, like the UTX, small gap down, the gap itself didn't really break, right? But then when it ran up right into resistance. Okay, so the UTX has some other features about it which are good in the direction of the trend, right? But right into resistance. So the UTX I don't like as much, right? Another one from today, the RMBS, a little bit tough, going to be right into resistance. But you can see, look at the move that the RMBS has, and look at all of the features that it does have, right? Broke some support on the gap down, one side of the 20 MA to the other. Now it is going to be into more resistance up here, and then also in the direction of the weekly. So pretty close to a perfect score for the Rambus. How do you play it? Well, here's your pullback, here's your base, right? Pretty tough though. I would say on this one, looking at it even at this time, if I was looking at it here, this is not the move I would have expected. But the whole point of this is not to say, look at all these moves that you missed. The point is to say, if this is what's happening, if this is what is working, right, then let's get trained and attuned to it, right? So, pretty impressive move there, I thought, on the Rambus near the end of the day. ARNC, was one that came up right at lunch yesterday. I thought that was a pretty nice breakout there. Had a nice move all the way into the end of the day there. Okay, so if you're doing if you're in the open house right now, I will be linking videos to that explain a little bit more, and especially look at gap berries, which look at gap ups that get sold and then break support. So like the LRN today, at those, that take a closer look at those. Today I'm focusing only on the bullies, but just be on the lookout. I will be posting the links in the room on those videos that go into depth about what entries we're looking for, what time frames, as well as reiterating the amplifiers that I went over today. Okay, all right, so hope you did well today. If you're in the open house, hope you're enjoying it. If you're not, there is a link in the description for you to register. There's still 3 more days left for you to join, all right, and come and trade with us, ask some questions, and see what the process is like. All right, hope you did well today, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. I'll talk to you then.